lot of commerce going over there, huh? The elevator and the mill or whatever. Yeah, but we are in Pine Island at the Pine Island Area Historical Society. Check out those railroad markers. Is that cool? So we are in the Pine Island Area Historical Society. It's in an old house in Pine Island. The house is really cool. I'm going to give you a walkthrough. And they're having their Rails to Trails display set up today, so I wanted to come down and see it. So we're going to go look at some things, and I think we'll all have a good time here today. I have these two familiar faces here, see them? And we're looking at this Pine Island sign. Now that note underneath there, does it say what that is? Is that from the
on the south side of the Chicago Great Western Depot.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was the Chicago Northwestern or, so this is the Great Western?
That's what it says.
Okay, cool.
It's been a fun project.
We looked into buying it.
No, actually, we found out
It's a lot of money.
some cemetery out there.
So like I said, this is follow the rail to the trail. So we're going to start here. And this is on a ramp, of course, so that handicap can make their way up into the museum. I don't know if we can get close enough, but this is the Chicago Great Western here. This is the Chicago Northwestern, but you can see it's already taken out by the time this is done. And it is coming through town. It's on a curve. You see that? Oh, it's going through town. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's in the old fire hall.
We got this wall here, and here's where this starts. So
Used to be a curator for some program.
if you can't make it here, the Chicago Northwestern Railway Easternmost Division builds two lines built. Oh, here we go, 1878-79 to 1934. So that's the one that went from Rochester to Zumbrota. And then the Chicago Great Western is 1902 to 1903. But actually, they were starting the construction. They were working on this one in 1901 when they bought out the Duluth, Red Wing, and Southern.
And the guy that has it wants it.
Yeah.
We tried to get it in an auction. We could bid at $850.
So here we go. Here's a nice picture. Can you see that? I don't want to be in the shadow, but I am. Oh, the camera's in the shadow. There you go. That's pretty cool. I know you've all seen this map.
Well, we bring the front graders in and give them tours of the history center. Well, they bring one class in and divide it into three.
It's a little bit of history there for you. Okay, this is the Chicago Great Western Depot right here. Let me organize this camera for you. There you go. You can take a read at that if you want. This is cheese, 6,000 pounds of cheese. And that's a Chicago Great Western flat car. I think they're having some kind of a cheese fest this weekend in town too. Okay, you guys remember the Lena Depot? When we made the video in Lena of that?
Because they've got a museum out there.
There it is.
That would be more appropriate because he was stationed, he was in the Pacific.
Okay, Roy Reynolds started as a depot agent in Pine Island in 1916. And then we're back to when the railway was abandoned. Here we go. This is the Chicago Great Western Railroad Depot again. right there. I'm trying to give you guys a look at this, but I get a step in front of you, and I'm looking at the next photo already. Is that pretty cool?
Oh, they volunteer here? Yeah, or they just, they'll be hanging out now.
Okay, so this brings us up to the Douglas Trail. That's right, we got all kinds of photos of the Douglas Trail here. Popular bike trail now that goes from Pine Island, and I know it goes all the way to Rochester. Okay, so we've saw some railroad history. I'm going to bring you, give you just a little look at this museum. This is really, really cool. That's just one room. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm not going to show you everything because you're going to have to come here yourself. Yeah, but we'll snap some photos for you so you can see some of this stuff. Look at that built-in over there. Is that awesome? That built-in is awesome, isn't it? This is a house like my wife would want to have. Yeah, check out these windows. Huh? It's just so cool. I'm more into the carpentry, the woodwork. Is this awesome? It's the stairway to go upstairs over there. So there's 3 bedrooms in this house upstairs. And that's probably closet. This would have been a bedroom, double doors, and this, I'll bet. Now, don't quote me, but I'm gonna bet years ago this was all screened. This was all screened in, and this would have been their sleeping porch. That would go back before the days of air conditioning. Oh, there's some toy trains up there. Okay, check out that kerosene lamp in the middle. Now that I even get into that. Is that beautiful or what? Okay, I'm in kind of the behind the scenes. This is the kitchen area. There's some steps here that there's a landing there, and then you walk down the stairs and then go into the living room, up the stairs to the bedrooms. And check this out, will you? See that pass through? This is cool. Can I take your order, please? Yeah, this would be the dining room. Isn't that? That is awesome. And then there's a fold-up table here too by the window. Okay, so if we make the bend, check this out. Every woman's dream, I'm telling you. Check out that pantry. This is just too good. That's why a lot of us love these old homes. Okay, here's a look at where we're at. See those signs? There's a Quick Trip over there, church, park. It's like a carnival going on for their festival days here. It's some kind of a cheese fest days too at the same time. So, but I want you to note this repair shop. So my day started at the Historical Society. That's where I always start. I've been doing a lot of research. And today we're only going to do the Chicago Great Western because I don't have any photos of the Chicago Northwestern. So if you have one, we need one. The Historical Society needs one. I need one of the Chicago and Northwestern that came through Pine Island. So I wandered in here. We had a discussion at the Historical Society, and we believe the depot is where this building was. So I had to wander down here, and I talked to this gentleman that owns this place. Yeah, and I'm not going to make the big to-do, but he's got these old 1950 cars out here that he's working on, and I saw the car, so I had to go and talk to him, and we got to talk, and he bought this place like 50 some years ago, and it was just a vacant lot when he bought it, and he knew where the bed was. Yeah, so the depot was at the back of his building. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you where that depot was. I'm walking back here again, but check out. Huh? I like this guy already. Yeah, those are cool cars. He's got like 3 of them that look like they're 1950 Fords. So there's a knoll here. See that knoll over there? That's the only thing that's left over here from the railroad bed. That's right. So we'll be out here. So down this way. So I don't want to get into people being, you know, they're camping and stuff, but you see that camper over there? So that's going to go out that way. That's where the Douglas Trail is, out that way, okay? I'm going to turn around. It's going to go through here and it's going to pass through those elevators. So you see where that young feller's standing over there? That's probably about where the depot is. In fact, I'm going to go talk to him right now. 1903?
Yep.
So here's a 1903 dime. And it was found right here in the garden. This is the whole area of the railroad depot here. And I'm told the chimney's still around here, so we're going to go and find the chimney. But yeah, is that cool or what? 1903. Okay, so somebody told me this was a chimney, but I would have my doubts. I'm wondering, it's in the ground. And another fellow just told me this is the old signal post for the depot right here. That's it. So this would be the signal post. The depot would have been right over there, right there. So this is a piece of coal that he just gave me. This is like, to me, this is like someone giving me a diamond. Coal from the Chicago Great Western Railroad that could probably date back 100 years. It keeps floating to the top when they dig their gardens. Okay, so I moved over here. This would be the rail bed right out in front of us, right here. And you can see the elevator in the background. Okay, and I'm probably talking about that one. And we're on a slight bend because it's going to make a turn. And it's going to head out to that elevator, of course. So I have a photo I'm going to plug in right now. So the rail bed is here, and there's a train on it right there. Okay, so the depot's over there. You see that grayish building over there? Near the back end is where the depot was. These are our railroad tracks coming through here. I'm going to pan around. Okay, this is a really cool picture. Check this out. You're going to see the railroad tracks to the right heading over. It's actually going down. It's going to pass the elevator, and then there's a spur that's just coming in right next to this building in the photo. Just an awesome photo right there. Well, I had to take a walk through downtown. Some pictures of these pretty buildings, eh? It's not railroads, it's architecture. Yeah. Well, I placed the Chicago Great Western Depot today in Pine Island. We got to saw a little bit of the Historical Society. We saw their display for the weekend. Just awesome, huh? Yeah. And where is it? I didn't lose it, did I? I still got it. My piece of coal. Were you a good boy this year or a bad boy? I was good. I don't care. You're gonna get coal anyway. Yeah. So how old do you think that piece of coal is? This coal keeps coming up in their garden over there where the depot was. So he gave me a piece. Yeah. So all good things come to an end. Hey, if anybody can find a picture of the Chicago and Northwestern Depot in Pine Island, oh, please make a copy or something and get it to the Historical Society, because they have no pictures of that. And, you know, I need to see one. That's right. So pass the word around, will you? Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to catch you on my next one. God bless you all. And I'm going to put up a few annotations here of some of the older videos I've made for you to watch. And I'll see you later. Take care.